Hello everybody, and thank you guys for tuning in this video. My name is Cole Martins, and in today's episode we'll be talking about Week 14 in the NFL as a part 2 of Week 14. So if you missed part 1, you can of course click on that right now or after this video. We just gotta go down to the descriptions below, click on that link and it'll take you right to that. But in this video we're going to start off here with the NFC playoff picture. We talked about the AFC in part 1, we'll talk about the NFC in this part, and we'll talk about where everybody stands right now before Week 14. And we're going to start with our first place team right now is the Dallas Cowboys, who are 11-1. And the first team in the NFL to clinch a playoff spot. So congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys and having a team that no one really expected to do this well, especially with two rookies at running back and quarterback. But this team has looked very strong this year, and the first ones to clinch their spot into the 2016 playoff. So in second place, the Seattle Seahawks are 8-3-1, leaders of the NFC West. Detroit Lions in third place with an 8-4 record, leaders of the North. And Atlanta 7-5 right now, the leaders of the South. South. And your two wildcard teams, one of them coming from the East as the New York Giants right now with 8-4 record. The other is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming from the South at 7-5. And then the teams right now trying to chase them. Quite a bit of teams still left in the playoff picture here in the NFC as the Washington Redskins at 6-5-1. The Minnesota Vikings at 6-6. The Green Bay Packers at 6-6. The Arizona Cardinals at 5-6-1, the New Orleans Saints at 5-7, and the Philadelphia Eagles at 5-7. So we'll start off part 2 with a 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time game, as the Cincinnati Bengals will take on the Cleveland Browns in an AFC North battle. And this one, the Cincinnati Bengals 4-7-1, finally getting another win this year as they were able to beat the Philadelphia Eagles last week. And then for the Cleveland Browns, they are coming in this game 0-12. Luckily having a bye week last week, so some time for this team to maybe get an extra week of game plan here in the Bengals and figure out what they need to do to get their first victory on the year. Right now, of course, on 12-game losing streak. And this is going to be one of the two games I think the Browns have a chance of winning. AJ Green out for the out for the Bengals right now, so that's great news for the Browns right now. And this one, I think it's going to be a close game. It is in Cleveland. But I think the Bengals are able to pull off this one. Andy Dalton looked very, very good last week. I think you do the same thing here against this Browns defense. I do think this is going to be a close game, though. I think it'll be interesting to see if the Browns can pick up the victory in this one. If not this one, I think they will probably get against the San Diego Chargers in the second from last week of the year. But right now, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals beating the Cleveland Browns on the road, 24-21. Next, we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions in our final 1:00 game. Chicago comes this game 3-9 after picking up a win last week against the San Francisco 49ers. Lions come in this game 8-4 after picking up a win against the New Orleans Saints, and for the first time this year now winning by over 7 points or losing. Of course, winning by over 7 points, or one of their games has been decided by under 7 points. So finally broke that streak, and right now on a 4-game winning streak and leading the NFC North by 2 games over the Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings. And that's one I don't think they're going to lose any position on that one, as they're going to pick up the victory in this. Matthew Stafford looking beautiful so far this year. Been playing perfect football almost, and should be easily in the NFL MVP conversation, as he's just been out of this world right now. I think he'll be able to beat up on the Chicago Bears team where they lost to earlier this year. I think the Lions picked up the win against the Bears at home, 28-17. Next, we go to our 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time games as the New York Jets take on the San Francisco 49ers. This one we might see a pair of quarterback changes in this one, as New York Jets come in this game 3-9 of a huge loss in Indianapolis Colts last night. Night now on a 4-game losing streak, and the QB question is iffy right now, as we see in Ryan Fitzpatrick start last night. He was benched for Bryce Petty. He has been now announced that he will be the starter for the last 4 games of the season, so we'll see if he can get some improvement in the last 4 games. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick might be out in the Jets organization. And for the San Francisco 49ers, they come in this game 1-11, and a losing to Chicago Bears last week, right now on an 11-game losing streak. And Kaepernick was benched also in the game last week as Blaine Gabbert came in to play. So we are to see if he'll start in this one. Again, this is probably an iffy game for me to pick, as both teams haven't been playing so well this year. Both teams having new quarterbacks possibly coming in. But I'm going to go with the home team in this one with the San Francisco 49ers. I think they have just enough edge to end up beating this Jets team, who's just been off course all season long. But I think this 49ers team will be able to hold off on this one at home and pick up the victory and finally end this losing streak 24-21 at home over the Jets. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Green Bay Packers. Seattle comes to this game 8-3-1. They win over Carolina on Sunday night. Right now, first in the NFC West. And right now, a huge loss to that defense on Sunday night as Earl Thomas has been reported out for the rest of the season with a broken leg. So it's a huge loss to that Legion of Boom, as they like to call it in Seattle, in the cornerbacks position. So let's see how that team will play without him in the backfield. And for the Green Bay Packers, that comes this game 6-6. Last week, the win against the Houston Texans in a snowy Lambeau Field. Probably gonna be snowy once again here against the Seattle Seahawks, and that should make this game a little more interesting. I'm going to still stick with the Seattle Seahawks. I think they just had the better team overall. Yes, Aaron Rodgers will be able to throw that ball a little better in the snow. It'll be interesting to see how Russell Wilson and company does it in that. But I think the Seahawks should be able to just do just enough to hold on to the win in this one on the road. I think the Seahawks will beat the Green Bay Packers on the road 21-20. Next game we have is the NFC South battle as the New Orleans Saints take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. New Orleans Saints right now 5-7, suffering a loss to the Detroit Lions last week, where Drew Brees not throwing a touchdown in that game at all. So very impressive by that Lions defense. And after a week before having 49 points for that Saints team, not able to do too much against the Lions. And for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, come this game 7-5, the win over San Diego right now, a 4-game winning streak, and right now the last seed in the playoff picture in the NFC. This one, I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've been hot lately. Winston, I did not think he was that great of a quarterback for the last couple weeks. He's been proving me wrong on that one. He's been looking a lot better, looking like what I really expected him to be. I think he's finally maybe getting his offense down a little more. He's getting help from his defense, getting help from other players. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers picked up the win here at home against the New Orleans Saints, 21-17. Next, we have the Atlanta Falcons taking the Los Angeles Rams. Atlanta comes to this game 7-5. For a loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, where they took the lead of under 5 minutes left. They want to go for a 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game, but ended up actually throwing an interception. Barry returned it for a touchdown and gave the Kansas City Chiefs the lead, a 1-point lead, where they ended up forcing the Atlanta Falcons to lose that game. LA comes this game 4-8 with a loss to the New England Patriots. Right now on a 3-game losing streak, and Fisher just got reported to have a 2-year extension, which is very interesting with the way this team's been playing the last couple of years. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up buying his contract out if they lose for the rest of the season, which I think they should anyways get rid of him no matter what. But that's why I'm going to pick the Atlanta Falcons on the road. They are the lot better team. That's why I don't think the Rams will be able to do that much. And I don't be surprised if Matt Ryan has a big game in this one. And also forgot to mention, Julio Jones might be out of this game possibly with a toe turf injury, as we'll have to wait and see on Sunday about that one. But the Atlanta Falcons, I think, will pick up the win on the road against the Rams, 28-13. Now we head to Sunday Night Football, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the New York Jets. Dallas comes to this game with 11-1, the NFL best record. A win over the Minnesota Vikings on Thursday Night Football, 11-game winning streak, and right now the leaders in the NFC East. And the New York Jets come to this game 8-4, a loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. Right now second in the NFC East, right now 3 games back. So if Dallas can pick up the win in this one, they will clinch the NFC East as well. As this one, I think they will end up doing that, as I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to beat the New York Giants. Giants did not look that good against the Pittsburgh Steelers team, even though the Steelers are a good team. The way they were able to stop Beckham was very impressive. I think this Dallas team might be able to do a little bit of that too, as this is the only lost team the Dallas Cowboys have lost to all year was the New York Giants. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get revenge in this one. I think they will be getting revenge in this one on the road. I think Dallas Cowboys beat New York Jets 24-20. And then on Monday Night Football, we had the Baltimore Ravens taking on the New England Patriots. Baltimore comes to this game 7-5, the win over Miami last week. And right now, first in the AFC North. The New England Patriots come to this game 10-2 with a win over the Los Angeles Rams last week, and first place in the AFC East, and a 3-game winning streak. This one, I think this could be a close one. These two teams have pretty much become rivals in the last couple of years. They've met in playoffs quite a bit. They meet in the regular season quite a bit, and it's always a good game between these two, and I'm expecting another one here on Monday night. And I think the Patriots are going to end up winning this one. They're at home. Tom Brady's been playing great football all year long, and it should be interesting. I think Joe Flacco will have a good game in this one as well. But I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to struggle to get in the end zone and be kicking quite a few field goals with Justin Tucker. I think the New England Patriots will pick up the win against the Baltimore Ravens at home, 20-16. And that is it here for Week 14 in the NFL. Again, if you missed Part 1, just go down to the description below, click on the link, and it'll take you right to that video. If you guys want to leave some comments below, I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. Do you agree with my picks here in Part 2 of Week 14? What do you guys think the NFC playoff picture is going to look like at the end of the season? Do you think any of the teams out right now will get in? I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. You can also follow me on Twitter at ColeMartins57. Love to talk about sports. If you want to have a conversation with me or see what I'm saying, you can do that on Twitter. Again, that is at ColeMartins57. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see some more of my videos that I have posted, please go subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate both those. And thank you guys for tuning in and watching this video. You guys all have a great day.